how can incurable ailments be cured? So, listening recently to some podcasts by scientists, especially the podcast Huberman Labs Essentials. I'm not getting paid to mention this, but it's something that I admire Professor Andrew Huberman because he's the professor of neurobiology and ophthalmology at Stanford Medical School, and he runs this podcast. And he made a statement that I realized is actually an obsolete statement in current advancement of the scientific community. So he is the head of Ivy League University, right? He's a professor, of ophthalmology and neurobiology. So he's someone whose words should be highly respected, but he's coming from the traditional school, the old school, which no longer is um, uh, you know, um, uh, we'd say no longer is valid, right, in the current advancement of science already from a scientific. We're not talking about spirituality advancement and Kundalini and all this. We're talking about scientific advancement. It's not valid to say make certain statement, but he made the statement that neurons cannot be neurons that died in the brain cannot be reactivated, right? And also, he said that permanent blindness cannot be recovered, right? He made us say, yes, if people are losing, you can help them and so forth. If a person is permanently blind, it cannot be, recovered. So, so how I will discuss that this topic in a little bit more detail, from my perspective in this video. Please, if you like the contents of my video, please do me a favor and do not forget to also like and subscribe to my channel. It's going to greatly help my channel to reach out to more people. And for those who don't know me, my name is Osman. I'm a bioenergy healer on a master level with telepathic healing capabilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments, especially alleviating the adverse effects of involuntary Kundalini awakening. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing this art form for almost 50 years and teaching for 44 years. But in that period, I've studied under various masters from different schools of thought, from different fields of spirituality, not only the yoga sciences, right? And gleaned out what I felt is the most important and relevant aspects, creating my own protocols adapted for the 21st century, making things easier, simpler, faster, quicker, more effective, results orientated, right? And to that end, I've got now students in over 100 countries. And my favorite protocol that I've created is the 5-minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free from my website, yogawellness786.com. Again, yogawellness786.com, and where you can also get more information about my services. And also remember, my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So coming back to the statement, I'm not, picking out Dr. or Professor Andrew Huberman. I have the greatest respect for him. He's amazing, and what he does, his channel is amazing. And yes, he's talking from textbook information. Textbooks are now, obsolete because we have to remember, from a scientific perspective, that there is a scientific result or finding by a Japanese scientist, Tanaka, for which he won the Nobel Prize, where he proved reverse aging is possible, and even reversing what is impossible to reverse, the damage to the optic nerve, is reversed, and he proved it reversed, right? And gray whiskers of the mice became black whiskers, right? It became a younger mouse, right? So he won the Nobel Prize for this finding. So there is a way to make the impossible, what was deemed according to textbook, medical textbooks, as impossible, is possible. Then we get, so science means what is duplicable and what is evidence based, right? And what comes from a scientific background. So we have so many evidences from a typical person like Joe Dispenza. How many people attending his seminars, his retreats, right? 7-day retreats, and people in wheelchair, many people deemed impossible, incurable. They are walking again, they are seeing, blind people are seeing again. It's like faith healing, but he says it's not faith healing. He found a protocol, which he says is duplicable and can, any person can go there. It's not that everyone, yes, is going to happen, but they, even the skeptical people who start believing and doing the practice and putting in the work, putting in the effort, and of course you can, get mentored as well, and they will help you, and they also help you with healing energies and so forth, but you yourself have to walk the journey, right? And so many cases of impossible can be possible. Let's go away from the spirituality field. Let's look at someone like Dr. Brooke Goldner, right? She is a board certified doctor plus a board certified psychiatrist, and she's licensed to practice, I think, now in 3 states: New York City, Texas, and I think there's one other state as well. And she's trying to increase the number of states. And only with a simple dietary protocol, you can go to, of course, here also, I'm not getting any money or I'm not getting paid to mention this, but this is so amazing. You can go to goodbyelupus.com for free. You can get the free videos, or a husband site, smoothieshred.com. Free, you can see just by grocery items, you blending it, and you cut out so many things from your grocery bill. You're going to actually, it's going to be more affordable. It's going to be cheaper than, you're not going to add any expense. You don't have to buy anything, don't have to subscribe, free of charge, right? Incurable, what was deemed by medical science incurable, she's got over 4,000 documented cases of incurable became was cured, right? And she's got a live YouTube broadcast every Wednesday, and you can view, you can even view the old, but even go live till today. She is getting, there's so many people is reporting that what was deemed incurable is cured. People who are blind with retinitis pigmentosa, a hereditary illness that is incurable, and was blind for almost 30 years, recovered the eyesight, right? What is this? So how is incurable being cured? Because society is progressing, we are finding better and better ways. So people in the traditional schools and the traditional medical schools and saying, no, this is incurable, following their textbook, I say, I suggest, open up to these other fields that are proving what you are saying is incurable is curable. Spend more studies to bring this to light to the people. Now, how much longer are you going to follow the old traditional method? So why are they not easily recognizing and accepting it? Because how many billions is going to be lost, right? By all the different industries. We're not saying that medicine is not, of course, it's important. All my therapies are saying natural based, as long as, even Dr. Brooke Goldner, she says, follow your doctor. She's not telling you to abandon your doctor's advice. In conjunction with your doctors, you just make your, because medical treatment alone is not the only. All doctors will say that as well. Medical treatment alone is not enough. You have to also make lifestyle changes, dietary changes, right? So among the lifestyle changes and faith, they found faith. I'm not saying to follow any religion, but those who follow religion from a scientific and epidemiological study, this is scientific accepted fact, that it reduces, those who have faith, reduces the stress, cortisol levels and stress levels, and also the chronic ailments. The percentages are reducing anything between 15 and 30%, right? Just by having faith, without taking up exercise and supplements and fancy diets and all. Just by those who's attending church and having a religious belief is good for your health. It's an easy thing to follow, right? And no, I don't want to believe. I'm not telling you believe. Do it for, for your better health. Don't you believe in better health, right? So what is incurable is becoming more and more evidences now given so many angles, right? From a Nobel Prize winning Tanaka, right? Reverse aging, and from a spirituality point of view, in people getting together with one purpose and faith and belief, not with any religion, just faith and belief in a positive mindset, right? In a positivity from Joe Dispenza, perspective, and also from a nutritional perspective from Dr. Brooke Goldner, right? So, and then I'm specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses. My success rate is so high, right? And it's not that I'm replacing medical; it's helping the human body, which is a miraculous creation, to heal itself. So medicine is coming there to help your body to heal, right? End of the day, your body has to heal. They'll put the medication for your wound to heal, but the body has to make the wound to heal. It's the medication is just a catalyst. So similarly, the energy healing is a catalyst. The nutrition protocol of Dr. Goldner is a catalyst. The positive mindset and getting together and believing and faith of Dr. Joe Dispenza is a catalyst. The miracle is in the human body. There's so many catalysts, so many types. There's different strokes for different folks. You don't believe in this, or there's something for you to no longer, lose hope. There is hope. Don't accept. If someone say, it's incurable. Don't accept that. Believe whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve. So surprisingly, the medical field is very, medicine orientated. Now, doctors are starting to broaden the horizons. But yet, traditionally, every doctor, in order to be admitted as a doctor, he has to take an Hippocratic oath, right? And what's the Hippocratic? Who's Hippocrates? He said, let food be your medicine and medicine be your food, right? It took me about 2 years to understand what that is because they're juggling. What's the difference between food be your medicine and medicine be your food, right? That took me, and it's just the perspective because if you eat healthily, and the right foods is going to be not only your food, it's also going to be a medicine for you, right? It's going to help your longevity and so forth. And let medicine be your food means even if you are sick and you're just saying you can find plant-based sources to heal you. A lot of people are turning to herbals, natural methods of healing, right? And just that it's developing, and you need to spend more. Of course, I'm not saying abandon medical, right? But there are herbal methods as well, not for everything, for some things, milder things, and they work in a milder way. It's just that people want a quick fix, right? And the natural methods, there's no side effects, right? That's the advantage. So it's not that deny one and accept one, and one is should be abolished and the other. No, let's work, integrate everything together, right? And stop saying incurable, right? uh, Find a way. Yes, according to that perspective, they don't have a cure. It's not incurable. Professor Andrew Huberman does not know or of a cure that he can recommend. But of course, he's heard rumors. But he can't mention it because he's not sure. He has to uh, go through certain procedures and testings before, and it's accepted into the scientific community, right? And before he can, back it up. So from his perspective, right, it's incurable. But don't say it's incurable. Rather say, from my perspective, I don't know from other perspectives, but from my perspective, it's incredible. So I hope that information helps you. Take care of yourself always.